Moscow, the largest city in Russia and one of the largest in Europe, with a population of over 11.5 million. The city is located in the west part of the country, along the Moskva River, a tributary of the Volga River. If I had to mention only 3 things that really made an impression on me during my stay, I would say the architecture, the expensive cars, and the gorgeous women. Everything here is big. Huge buildings, unbelievably wide streets, endless parks, and all of it beautifully structured on a flat ground. There are many sights to see, so you'd better plan well if you want to make it to the ones you really want to visit. There's nowhere better to start than at the city center and Red Square. Although people think that the name is related to the ex-communist regime, it's actually called Krasnaya Ploshad in Russian, which means beautiful square. At the south part of the square is the impressive church of St. Basil, which really stands out. The color and the shape combination is very unique, and seen only in Russian architecture. It consists of 10 chapels, the construction of which began in 1555 by Tsar Ivan the Terrible, and lasted for 6 years. Legend has it that Ivan blinded the architect Postnik Yakovlev when he finished the project in order to prevent him from designing something else more impressive. This is most likely a myth, seeing as there is evidence which shows that he got hired again 25 years later to build the 10th and last chapel, the one of St. Basil. A ticket to enter the temple costs 250 rubles, or about 5 euros. The Kremlin, which means fortress, is located on the west side of the square, and it's the oldest part of the Russian capital. The most important architectural feature is the exterior wall and the 20 towers, which, despite being constructed in 1485, has been kept in very good condition up until now. The Kremlin covers an area of 275 acres, and inside it has temples, museums, palaces, and beautiful gardens. Entry is allowed to the public from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and the ticket price is 350 rubles, or about 7 euros. In front of the Kremlin, in Red Square, lies the Mausoleum of Lenin. Opposite the Kremlin is the famous mall Gam, which hosts only shops of internationally famous brands. The name means Main Universal Store, and took its current form in 1893. Prices here are very high, but even if you aren't looking to shop, it's worth taking a stroll through to admire the architecture of the building. To get to the square by metro, you should take line 3 and get off at Ploshad Revolutsiy station. To get to the Kremlin entrance, which is at the back side of the square, you should get off at Alexandrovsky Sad station. Just in front of the Kremlin's entrance, and at a length of over 800 meters, is Alexander's Garden, which is a nice place for a stroll. It was named after the Tsar Alexander I, who ordered its construction after the Napoleonic Wars. One thing that I really liked about Moscow was its parks. The most famous one is Gorky Park, and is located in the city center, along the Moskva River.